Hey everybody, I am in Washington, D.C. checking out some of the fantastic museums they have here. We're going to be seeing the Hirshhorn Museum. Now this is a Smithsonian Institute museum dedicated to modern art. So I'm not sure what's in here. We're just going to go in blind and find out. Come with me. Okay, so this is the first thing I see when I come in here. We have all these large messages. Forget everything. Belief plus doubt equals sanity. Not sure what meaning I'm supposed to take from these, but it's certainly interesting to see an entire room full of phrases and things like that, and they have them on the escalators too. Let's see, what's over here? Who is beyond the law? Who is, it's hard to read. Who speaks? Who is healed? Asking me a lot of questions, I don't know. Okay, so let's go see this exhibit. A window suddenly opens, contemporary photography in China. Okay, so here along this wall we have a series of photos of what looks like a man splashing around in the water. He's holding some kind of object. I guess this is meant to be kind of like a moving picture, kind of to depict motion. Looks like he's smashing something almost. I can't really tell what he's holding. Some kind of box maybe? Interesting. Oh, okay, so what he's holding here is a stamp. And it's sort of meant to depict futility of human action. I guess, you know, trying to put a stamp on water, something impossible. And he actually did this for about an hour while he was photographed. And this was in Tibet in 1966. So this is interesting. This is a photo, and it just shows the progression of the degradation of the film. If you look, it starts off really clear, and then as we go through, it gets blurrier and blurrier until it's almost completely invisible. You can just see all the how the film degrades. Interesting. And so this is a series known as Foam, and it depicts the artist with foam on his face and portraits of his family members in his mouth. And I think it's meant to depict just like the transience of life and how things just don't last forever, like foam. Kind of sad to think about that when you think about like your family members and everything you really hold dear, and just how temporary everything can be. And so in this series of photos, we have the artist and different people he was friends with, and he's wearing the same outfit in each one. He's the constant aspect of each photo. Kind of a cool series. shape of this building as you just walk through these floors. Just everything is just one big circular shape. These are some really intense photos here. I think that's some kind of dead bird. Yeah. And here we have a series of photos of the artist licking various different objects. This one I think is actually kind of funny, kind of fun. So these pictures here were meant to sort of mock magazine advertisements of the time. These are from Hong Kong in the late 90s, and it was sort of meant to satirize the wealthy, affluent class. But I just like this picture of him holding that old cell phone. And these are neat, just pictures of different electronic waste. We have electrical cords and old cell phones. It's crazy to think about how much waste we create. Okay, so this next exhibit is by Laurie Anderson. If you don't know who she is an 80s musician and visual artist, and I'm a big fan of her music. I think it was really good stuff, and she just would put on these like incredibly creative stage shows to go along with them. And this next room is just basically one large exhibit of her, created by her, so I'm very excited to show you this. So what did you think of that Laurie Anderson exhibit? I thought that was absolutely incredible. Let me know what you thought. I think that was the coolest. I don't know about you guys. Okay, so here we are walking through the circular floors of this building, and there's art along these walls. Let's take a look at what this is. Okay, so this is called Wheel of Life by Jessica Diamond. So let's walk along and see what the Wheel of Life holds. We have these interesting figures here. Goodbye, Edward Hopper. I'm not sure who that is. And it just keeps going. Laws of status is the dominant feature in the scheme of life. And it looks like we have just like a poems written all down this hallway. Okay, so it's sort of like a visual poetry exhibit with just different poems written on the walls. Samba to the Reckoning. I don't know what that means, but it sounds intense. Okay, so this is known as Purple by John Akomfra. I see purple walls. Let's see what's inside. These are all just different empty containers. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's see what's back here. Okay, so we have another floor of exhibits to check out. Let's go see what's in store for us on the third floor of the Hirshhorn Museum. Oh, wow. So the walls on this third floor are just completely covered in what looks, I guess this is all made out of paper. Just different colors, different scraps of paper. And it extends all the way down there. And I guess it's kind of forms an image, sort of. So the name of this piece is Pickett's Charge, and we can kind of see some Civil War soldiers here. And just look at this. And so this section is kind of looks like ocean waves, lots of blue, and it looks like there's material here. I guess, what is this, fiberglass? I don't know what this is. It looks, I guess, paper. Definitely different materials integrated into here. Oh, I can see some rope here. Very interesting. Just look at this. Wow, this almost looks like a landscape. Almost looks like maybe a beach scene or something with like seagulls up above. Very cool. So now in this part we can clearly see some Civil War soldiers, that there's a sort of a Civil War battle scene going on. And just all these little shredded pieces hanging off. Almost kind of symbolizes just the destruction of war. And so there's also an outdoor sculpture garden here at the Hirshhorn. So let's go walk around and check that out too. And here we can see this bright silver stainless steel statue of a dude with a pipe in his mouth. So this in the center here looks like it could be a fountain. I don't think it's functioning right now, but I'm sure it's impressive if it were turned on. Just look at how large it is. This is really neat, this sort of ghostly cloak standing up on its own. Not a cloak, a jacket I should say, but it's still really cool. Here you can see a really interesting looking bronze sculpture. Very intricate figures. Over here we have some abstract humanoid bronze sculptures. We have this one, we have a couple sitting on a bench. There's just something really impressive about these. Just the size of them. Almost feels like I'm looking at, like, I don't know, like a prehistoric fossil of a giant creature or something like that. Oh, and check this out, we have a Kusama pumpkin. This is a work by Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. She makes all kinds of really cool pop art featuring, you know, bright colors, polka dots, and a lot of them integrate this sort of like yellow pumpkin. I've seen one like this before in, I think, Art Museum in Connecticut, and it's really cool to see another one right here. Yeah, and you can see where she signed it right here. Oh, that's so neat. Here we have a guy who's missing a few important pieces. So I guess this piece is going to be installed in the future, but I don't know, just something about the contrast between like this bronze sculpture and all this like work support stuff down here. I don't know, just it's kind of interesting. Kind of like how that works together. And so we have these here, which remind me a lot of the alien xenomorph eggs from the movie Alien. You know, when you get too close to these and the face hugger would pop out at you. Doesn't that make you think of that? That's what it makes me think of. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this trip to the Hirshhorn Contemporary Art Museum in Washington, D.C. A lot of fun, really cool, creative stuff. It's a free museum, so if you're in Washington, D.C., come check it out, come support it. It's here for you to enjoy. It's for the public, so take advantage of that fact. Anyway, let me know what you thought about the different stuff you saw here in this video down below. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.